I definitely say never give up on yourself.
Again, I'm thinking about like those times when feeling stressed, or you may be feeling stressed, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Like I know, like when I check my phone, I get stressed, or when I'm in traffic, there's a lot of sensations and stuff going on, and it sort of takes me like very much into my head and out of my body. Sometimes coming back to your body and noticing like what's going on right here in front of you can really help with that. So for this one, you can be seated, you can keep your eyes open. We're gonna be looking around a little bit, so that's fine, just get comfortable. And to begin, let's just take a clearing breath in and out. Okay.
I joined Rhyme last year in the summer of 2019. It wasn't. I will say it wasn't a commitment at first, but it became a commitment as I was in the program because my mom signed me up for the program and I didn't really know what it was about. And I thought it would just take time away from the stuff that I thought I wanted to do. But after we had our first workshop, I sat down, I had a little self reflection, and I realized that maybe this isn't what I thought it was going to be at first. So we continued to do workshops, and what really hooked me in and kept me committed was when we went away on our retreat. So Rhyme does a retreat every year, usually towards the end of September. And the retreat is basically to be able to get to know about the program and become comfortable with everyone that we're around. And the first day, I've never felt in my life so comfortable around people that I had little to no knowledge of. And that's because they accepted me into their lives essentially. And they always made it a priority to ask me how was I, if I needed anything, if I wanted to speak. And to someone like me, that really meant a lot, especially with past experience that when it came to I have a very low tolerance when it comes to giving my trust away to people. And that's because of experiences that I've had in the past where I've given my trust very easily and I end up on the backbone or get thrown under the bus by people who I believe to be something that they turned out not to be. So I would say that Rhyme definitely helped improve my emotional skills, my trusting skills, my social skills, any improvement that you can think of. Rhyme was definitely the place that allowed me to grow into the person that I am today.
Was one of a triplet who committed suicide 7 years ago with his girlfriend. The both of them held hands and they jumped in front of the Long Island Railroad train. And I remember getting a call when I was at work, and I actually seen him that morning at about 7 o'clock prior to me coming to work. And I'll never forget the conversation. He asked me for $10. I gave, as I reached my wallet, gave him the $10. I said, you gotta do some things differently in terms of trying to encourage him to do something different with his life. But nonetheless, while I was at work that later on that evening, I got the phone call that he had committed suicide, and I was devastated by him and his girlfriend. And almost a year to the date later, a very good friend of mine that mentored me through grad school, he committed suicide by shooting himself in the head with a gun. So dealing with suicide, it has been very tragic and very difficult for me for over the years, because I still struggle and think about how could somebody have enough nerve to just take their life. And me being a social worker at the time and having constant communication with my nephew, I didn't see the warning signs, and some of the warning signs in terms of depression, mental health, or substance abuse use, family conflict. There's a lot of things that are indicators of suicide.
To take stock of your own mental health, check in with yourself and just see how you're feeling. And then sometimes we, and especially those of us who are sometimes helping other people, don't do enough to check in with ourselves to make sure that we're in a good place. And then third, check on one another, and don't just assume that people are okay because they seem okay. You gotta really ask them. That's we say what's up to people, but and we say, are you okay? We gotta are you really okay? You really gotta kind of dig down with people, because the vast majority of folks out here are used to just giving surface answers, and so we really need to just dig down with our folks, family members, friends, co-workers, and just to make sure that people are okay. And then sometimes if people need help, then we gotta figure out how to connect them with resources. And certainly